Hello, I'm John Abberger, the Artistic Director of the Toronto Bach Festival. And this is Discover Bach. Today we're looking at the soprano aria from the cantata Ich bin vergnügt mit meinem Glücke, or I am content with my good fortune. We're going to show you how, in the introduction, Bach's music radiates joy and abundance in response to the text, and how the music even has something to say about that text. I'm joined today by Julia Wedman playing violin, Michael Unterman playing cello, and Christopher Bagan playing organ. This aria speaks of happiness for the simple gift of daily bread, with the words, I joyfully eat my little bit of bread, and from my heart leave to my neighbor his own portion. The message is, I'm grateful that I'm not going hungry, and I have more than enough for myself and my neighbor. Bach sets this aria for a violin and an oboe, together with the cello and bass accompaniment. And he ingeniously uses the two instruments together to express this sense of joy and abundance. Here's the opening of the aria. The biblical phrase, my cup runneth over, or a sense of more than enough, is exactly what Bach is expressing here. Listen to how the two instruments, the violin and the oboe, play the same melody in different ways in the first measures of this introduction. The oboe plays a simple, joyful melody. And the violin plays that same melody, but with an abundance of extra detail. And when the two are combined, we get a musical whole that's greater than the sum of what either instrument could do on its own. In the next part of this opening section, we get one of those little touches of Bach's true genius. The oboe begins an ascending line and stops on the last note and holds that note, as if to say, the cup is full. But the harmony that Bach uses here gives us a sense of expectation. By having the oboe hold that top note, it creates a kind of tension that demands to be resolved. And the violin follows behind the oboe, playing exactly the same music. And when the violin reaches the top note that the oboe is holding, it continues with an extra series of notes, giving us the sense that the music, and metaphorically the cup, is spilling over into the resolution of the harmony. And Bach then repeats this pattern at a higher pitch and with a different set of harmonies, giving us a sense of even greater abundance. And after some more interplay, the oboe plays the ascending line again, and the violin follows behind and even leaps over the oboe line at one point. And this brings the introduction to a close. And that's how Bach takes a text that's full of joy and gratitude and gives it extra meaning with a musical expression of abundance. And all of that before we even hear the soprano sing. That concludes this episode of Discover Bach. Thank you for joining us. And if you'd like to hear a performance of the complete aria, click on the link on your screen.